Hello everyone and welcome. Cheapo Dad here. In today's video, I'm going to give you an honest review of Mint Mobile and tell you why I switched to them as my wireless provider. I'm also going to tell you how you can get 3 full months of phone service, including data from them for free. We start right now. Hey everyone, if you want to get in, be a member of the Cheapo Elite and help the channel, then take advantage of this offer from Webull. Right now, they're going to give you up to 12 free stocks when you open an account and fund it with any amount, even down to 1 penny. It does not get any easier than that. Talk about not leaving money on the table. Let's get back to it. I've made a couple of videos about cell phone service and how to save money with them. Most recently, I made a video about how Verizon Wireless recently purchased my cell phone carrier, Total Wireless, and gave you some of my thoughts about that. One of the things I mentioned in that video was how terrible the customer service was. Well, this past week I made the ill-fated mistake of contacting Total Wireless's customer service. I was close to the end of my monthly service plan and needed to purchase some more high-speed data just to get me through the month. I've done this a few times in the past. Previously, you were able to do this on the website. Well, since Verizon took over, you're not able to do that. I started an online chat with a customer service rep, and after some back and forth, they told me I could in fact purchase some more high-speed data, but the only way that can be done is by speaking to customer service. By this time, I had to leave, so I called customer service using my hands-free device, don't worry. While going through the automated service prompt, it asked me to tell me why you're calling today, to which I replied, buy more data. The prompt said, data, okay. After about 30 seconds, it came back and said, I fixed the problem with your data. Please restart your phone now. Now, mind you, since Verizon took over, I've had a lot of problems with my phone not receiving messages, not sending messages, not sending or being able to receive picture messages, and my hotspot hadn't been working. So I actually intended to contact them and see if there was a way to fix the issue. I just hadn't gotten around to it yet. So I restarted my phone, and lo and behold, my phone would no longer connect to the network. Now, to do my job, and just in general, I need to have access to a working phone. So I pulled over, played around with the phone, messed with my settings, tried to reboot it, and nothing was working. In the settings, it said, unable to connect to network. I couldn't make any calls, texts, or connect to any kind of internet whatsoever. So not far away was a Verizon store. I knew it was a long shot, but I decided to go in and see if they could help me. My thinking was, well, Verizon owns Total Wireless now. They may be able to help me out. After speaking to a rep there, he told me, I'm sorry, I don't have access to that system at all. The phones on the floor here work, though. You can try to contact their customer service that way. So I proceeded to call Total by Verizon, as they're now known, and to my horror, they still had the same god-awful customer service. I was literally in this freaking Verizon store talking on a phone that's attached to the wall for over an hour, looking like a complete mark, and this person had no clue what they were doing. I try to do my best to be patient with people who work in customer service, and even people from overseas. I don't have a problem with them trying to make a living. But at this point, this person was asking me to do the same thing over and over again, like, restart your phone, please. At that point, I was done, and I made the decision to switch to a different carrier. So I went back home to get a new wireless provider. I'm very familiar with the MVNOs, or mobile virtual network operators. See my video for picking the best cell phone plan for you if you'd like more information on that. If you've seen any of my videos, then you know the Cheapo Dad is not going to go with one of the big name carriers for wireless service. It's literally like paying a higher price for a nearly identical product, with the only significant difference being the package that it comes in. Enter Mint Mobile. They're one of the companies I recommended in that previous video I mentioned. So here's the thing, I'm a big Ryan Reynolds fan. And I'm not just talking about Deadpool. I liked him since he was freaking Van Wilder, and I even liked his portrayal of the Green Lantern, even though the movie itself was not great. Even with that, one of the reasons I went with Total Wireless initially is because they're on the Verizon network, and where I live, Verizon is the strongest and best network. Mint is on the T-Mobile network, which has always been decent where I live, but not as good as Verizon. Well, in the past few years, Sprint and T-Mobile have merged, combining networks in the process and making them a real powerhouse. Well, Mint just happens to be running an incredible holiday sale, More on that later. One of the things they have on their website is a tool where you can see how strong their coverage is in your area. You can do the same thing with route metrics as well. To my surprise, not only did they have solid coverage in my area, it's also solid 5G coverage. Mint offers a 7-day money-back guarantee, and I needed to get my phone operational again, so I decided to pull the trigger. If I was not happy with the service, then I just cancel. I'm going to tell you more about the incredible sale they're having, but first I'm going to give you my honest review and opinion about my experience with them thus far. So to begin, their website is excellent. I really found it to be intuitive and smooth. The website has pretty much all the information you would need, and you can even activate your phone from the website without having to even speak to a person. With that said, I had some specific questions and I wanted to speak with someone before I took the plunge. Now, I don't know where Mint Mobile's customer service is based out of, but the person I spoke to was excellent. He sounded like he was probably of Latino descent to me. I'm not 100% sure, but his English was excellent, as well as his listening and comprehension skills. This is usually the disconnect you have with customer service reps who are not US based, in my opinion. They have a lack of that context and interpretation skills just because they haven't fully grasped the language. This gentleman understood me perfectly. I didn't have to repeat myself multiple times. Actually, I didn't have to repeat myself at all. He was really knowledgeable about the process and made me confident enough to go ahead and go through with it. Luckily for me, my phone took an eSIM, so I didn't have to go out and buy a SIM card or wait for one to come in the mail. So the process literally just took a few minutes and I was up and running and had my phone going again. At the time of this recording, I'm on my 7th day, so this is where the end of the 7-day money back guarantee is. So I've really had a chance to get a feel for the network coverage. With regards to the call quality as well as sending and receiving text, the coverage was perfect. I had zero issues with that. Same with sending and receiving picture messages and attachments, which towards the end there would only work about half the time that I had total by Verizon. The biggest factor for me, however, is how the mobile data performed. I'm a pretty heavy user and I need it to work when I'm on the move. With that said, as compared to Total's network coverage, prior to Verizon taking over, I had them for over 5 years. I will say, in my area specifically, Mint Mobile is just a tick slower than Total Wireless is, again, because they're on that Verizon network. Now, I expected this because, as I said earlier, Verizon is the top dog in my area. Now, this is by no means any scientific fact. I have no empirical data of this. This is just my own personal anecdotal experience that I'm sharing with you. I would say generally, Mint can be about 10% slower, and in a few instances, it was about 20% slower, but that was very rare, not very often. In most cases, I noticed zero difference at all in the network. So much so that I decided to go ahead and pull the trigger and keep them as my new provider. The deal I got with them was just too good to pass up. I'm really excited to share it with you. Speaking of deals, their holiday special is really amazing. So right now, if you set up a new line of service with them and buy 3 months of service, they give you 3 months of service free. Their lowest plan starts out at $15 a month. So if you went with that plan, you would pay $45 for 6 months of phone service, or $7.50 a month. That is unlimited talk, text, and data, 4 gigs of high-speed data for that particular plan. But still, are you freaking kidding me? So here's a breakdown of their plans. Again, their lowest is $15 a month with 4 gigs all the way up to unlimited. You've got $20 a month with 10 gigs of high-speed data, $25 for 15 gigs of high-speed data, or unlimited with unlimited data. However, there is a cap, 35 gigs at high speed, meaning 5G or 4G, and then after that they lower your speeds. But 35 gigs of high-speed data should be plenty for most people, especially for $30 a month. That's incredible. And don't worry, if you're not a single person and you need a family line, they do have family plans as well. Something I thought was really cool is you can pick how many lines you want, and then you pick the individual plan. So it's not where you all have to share your own one big data cap or something like that. You can pick it for the individual plans here, and you can still take advantage of that discount. Now, here's something else that I stumbled on, and I kind of wish I had noticed this the other day because I might have taken advantage of it. They're running a special where you can get a really incredible phone plus 6 months of service for a really good price. So here's an example. You've got the iPhone 14 or the Google Pixel Pro. I'm going to show you the example with the Pro because I'm an Android person. So in this case, you can get a Google Pixel 7 Pro and 6 months of service for a total of $589. And just so you can see here, right now, if you go to Google and try to buy this phone without a trade-in, obviously, normally it's $899. Right now, they have it for $749. But still, if you were to do that separately and buy the Google Pixel Pros and then buy the 6 months of service with Mint Mobile, you'd be paying $839. So at this price of $589 for the phone and 6 months of service, you're talking about saving over 30%, over $250 on your phone and the phone service without having to sign a contract or get locked into some ridiculous lease or whatever lame gimmick that the big providers have. That is a legit Cheapo Dad approved deal right there. So what you would do is pick whichever particular phone you want. Again, I'd mentioned they have eSIMs if the phones take that, and most of the new phones do take eSIMs. You pick which plan you want. So if you pick one of the higher plans, obviously that's going to affect the price here, but this one is based off of the 4 gig plan, but that's still a really, really good option if you're in need of a new phone as well. Lastly, I just wanted to show you guys what the account looks like once you're logged in. It's really good. You can sort of do everything you need from here. It shows you how much data you used, your plan information. They are running a referral program, so I'll leave the link in the description if you want to help the channel and use my link to sign up for them. That would be really appreciated. Something too I wanted to mention, so the plans do come with hotspots. I don't know how much as far as hotspot data. I mean, I like to use the hotspot data because my son, when we're driving, he has his tablet and then I'll hotspot my phone so that he can look at kids' YouTube and stuff like that. So for my particular plan, looks like you get 5 gigs of hotspot data per month. But you know, from here you can buy more data, you can contact customer service. They've also got a lot of good help pages to where if you need to configure your text settings or voicemail settings or anything like that. So far I'm really, really happy with them. That is going to do it for this one, everyone. Thank you so much for watching the video till the very end. I really appreciate it. Please, if you know someone who might find this useful, share it with them. Give me a like. Subscribe to the channel if you think I've earned it. And as always, don't forget, don't leave money on the table. I'll see you next time.